What's up, YouTube and Tower Defenders? Ethan DX here again with another in my Evolution series. We are on week 68, or episode 68. If you are new here, we started the game on October 2024. The first video I put out was on Christmas of that year. So far, we haven't really missed a week. I don't think. There's a couple times I moved the days around to fit my schedule better, but so far we've been able to make this weekly. So we'll see how long that streak can continue. But this last couple, or this last week has been a doozy, right? With version 28 patches out, everyone has seen the updates. We'll go over the details a little bit. I'm not going to deep dive into the mechanics of the patch on this video. We'll go over the things as we hit the areas that I'm involved with, but there's going to be other videos out there, I'm sure, like Greenie and Crowbar, where they can unlock all the Bot Plus stuff, Bot Plus stuff, and they show you what it does and go over the details there. I barely got my OG bots going. Of course, the Dissonant's interesting, so we're going to dive into that. But yeah, there's been lots of ups and downs due to the patch. Last week, I think we were at 130 Q. With all the changes that's been going on, this is going to be flying up soon. But let's dive into the history real quick here. We are now at, not history, but the stats. So here, yeah, October 24. It was October 4th, 2024. Coins earned this last week, we're at 151.3, so 21 Q. But that's a lot, of course, big junk. But with the fluctuations of the patch going from 5 to 2 to 3, we're gonna look at the history and see what I got. Mine right near the end of the release, so I didn't get much time to get much farm in. That's okay. Shout out to, I think it was Mac Games, asked what my workshop coin spent was. I'm at 40 Q total, so got a lot of coin banked in there. 3.8 showing just in regular workshop, but 40 Q total. So if I ever want to respec that, definitely have a lot of banked coin. Lab coins is 27 Q. So gonna keep working on that. With these new labs coming out, they're getting crazy expensive, so we need to keep working on that lab coin lab. And here's the miles, well, not really mile, but the highest wave count. I didn't change anything. Last week we did the milestones. This week we're just farming and doing the Dissonant runs. I think these numbers, 1.7 Q, 1.45, we're going to have to look in the tracking, but I think those were hit with the crazy run. I know it's close to this now, still on 15, but we'll get into that when we get to the tracker. We're going to run real quick here if you want to take a look. We're almost 7 Q total, 211 trillion region, and this is all just regular. I don't have second wind mastery up, which is good. So we're starting to get, it's just using that for fleets when needed, which is what should happen. Let's go ahead and take, let's jump out of this battle. Yeah, go home. Alright, so before we jump into the update, I can give you my quick thoughts on where we're at in 28. More like where we are at, because man, holy crap, I don't know if you guys have seen everything, but hopefully everyone's calming down soon. The outrage in the community yesterday was crazy. Guys, like, I don't know what you guys think, but 5 times was way too much for Dissonant. Was the way it handled kind of crappy, sure, but the 5x coin boost was just insane. They should have just come out and said that. I mean, it seems like everyone's mad that they're saying they did not know prior to the release, like they lied, quote in air quotes. Would it have been fine if they just said, hey, we bunked up, this is way too much coin and we're turning it down? I think people would have still been mad either way, but I'm actually surprised they bumped it up to 3x. I mean, sure, I'm gonna take the extra coin because woohoo, but 2x was reasonable. It's still, even 2x would have been a game-changing boost for one mechanic to just potentially double your income. But here's a blip from my Tower channel Discord, on my Discord, the Tower channel from 2 nights ago. Shameless plug in the description, but I had said in the afternoon after we got the patch that they broke the game, and Envy called it. He was like, a nerf coming? One of the reasons that we call him the wise one. He's always right. But like I said, I think it's fine. 3x is pretty high, but it's this means 3x is still pretty high, so it's gonna be cool. And with what I was able to get in the utility Dissonant on 15, we'll see right here, 1.84, a little more than halfway. But we'll get into that in the tracker history as well. But let's take a look at their tournaments. Last Saturday we were in Champs again. Here's the rank. Here is a comment I got that aged very well. He called it. Here's the bracket breakdown. I had a troll, or maybe a troll, that dropped down into Champs, and I randomly got him. Just my luck. Right? At the time, I thought, do not feed the trolls, so I didn't capture his wave or name. But it was like 4K. I'm sure it was in the Discord. He had to have been a top run of the day. Someone mentioned he also might have fell by mistake, but either way, I didn't record it because, again, I was like, do not feed the trolls. Encourage that. But here's the placement distribution of the breakdown. You could see that that comment last week was spot on. I would have been in like 1 or 2 in like 80% of the brackets, but with the broski that dropped down and my prior luck, it continued. But at least until the Legends tournament, here I might have got lucky, would you say? That I did not get the version 28 patch right away. Because I got to run with those good battle conditions. So I got a pretty good placement, 340, a new record. I didn't see the exact battle conditions, but I heard the updated guys had fast alts. So that's ouch. It's crazy that can even happen. If they can flip the coin bonuses live, couldn't they just adjust the battle conditions so everyone's the same? I don't know. That seems strange. But that's where we're at with the tournaments. We're going to be in the next coming up tournament, but if you've seen, it is a mess. Like these conditions. Here, where is it at? Legends breakdown. So some of these, I think near the bottom, are going to be the, what's it called? Overheats. But it says enemy attack speed, tank ultimate, basic ultimate, fast ultimate, ranged ultimate, energy shields down, skip reductions, skip decay, you got damage decay, health decay, more bosses, more elites, more fleets. I think that whole bottom section is the overheat mechanic, but the tank ultimate, basic ultimate, fast ultimates, range ultimates feels really on purpose. Tempest in the Discord was like, Fuds is mad and he's punishing us for everyone complaining yesterday. Wouldn't put it past him, right? Alright, so let's jump into, let's see, the bot. So the bot changes, this is where I won't dive deep into this because I don't have the bot changes, but they updated the thing, the labs, so now we have its event shop as its own page. And this time I only bought 1 click. That's one of the first times I did that. I'm going to save my medals because I need to upgrade. I need to start having medals for the leftover. Right now I am still working on reduction. As you can see, my bot's flame bot is up to 41% now, so that's pretty good. I thought it was 51, but nope, I need some more clicks. Yeah, so, and I heard there's a bug right now where it's like it reversed it, so I guess with 41%, mine's, I don't know if it's a equal 1-to-1 reversal. They were saying like 80's 20 and 20's 80, so would 40 be 61%? I don't know. either way, I didn't notice a huge difference. In fact, my waves have gone down a little bit. I think people are saying there's some kind of bug with Prim-C as well. But I didn't see too much of a difference there myself. But yeah, this is where our bot is looking. Hopefully the next one is a repeat that I already have, so that I can put some more into and get my damage reduction up. And I need to finish nuke. Okay, where are we at now? Guild's doing good. We are killing it here. We got this box done sometime yesterday morning. Where are we at in Guardian? Fetch. Here's where Fetch is at. I did put a click in duration, so now we're up to 28 seconds. Does that max at 30 or something? Does this even... I don't know. I'm sure this maxes at somewhere. I've never actually looked at what it's going to max at. And I keep saying one day I'm going to respec out of this guy, but we'll see if I ever get around to that. Oh, we got stuff to buy. I didn't even really pay attention. We got the 0.8, 0.6. Okay, we need this one. Wait, what are the relics again? Because it's been a minute. Utility, tower damage. Utility is going to be free ups. Is cool. I'll be able to get that soon. So let's get the multiplier. And then we'll buy this guy next. But yeah, looking good here. Over in the workshop. Yeah, see, we're in a run. We can't look at that. But so this is one thing was pretty nice about the Dissonant runs. I already have 5,900 in, like, most of my labs are 5,900 workshop and attack and defense. So when you turn off cash up in the utility one, like, I don't have anything to buy much anyway, so they're already almost max. So that has been super handy, not having to actually need the cash. Of course, I've only done a few Dissonant runs. We're gonna look at that in a moment, but 405 attack skip and 382 health. Nothing new in Ultimate. Well, before we do Ultimate, we'll look at the enhancements still, but still nothing new here. But anyone wanting to keep up, we're at 165 attack, 165 multiplier, and crit factor 170. So I'm glad that I have never respec out of. I mentioned a few weeks ago that as I'm diving into EHP more, I was like, maybe I should just get out of the attack stuff. But now with these Dissonance runs, we need it. Like, you're going to be doing runs without attack level skips up, which makes the utility one hard, and then vice versa. When you turn off your attack, turn off your hit points, I'm going to need my attack one up when I do the no defense ones. So it's good to have a balance. I don't feel like respecing every time I want to do those runs. So health 180, regen 180, wall health 180. This really was the focus for a while, and now that I'm making a lot more money, we're probably going to go back just a little bit more and bump these probably to 185. I bet will be where I want to get those two. Coin bonus 140, cash 150, enemy level skip 115, free ups 120. None of this has changed, but so the ultimate weapon, none of this has changed either, but we're going to scroll through it real quick. I don't think I have any plans to do any, maybe a little extra angle. One day I'd like to get a quantity. And then we need to unlock the next ones. But we're saving stones. We're not going to unlock the next one just yet. Nothing here. Okay. Because we're saving those for assists. We'll look at that in a second. Cards, we cannot switch card set, but we bought another card slot. With the patch coming out, the gems, we finally figured out there's no banner, at least right away. There might still be a banner. There's an asterisk, we never know. They could do a it could do a banner in the middle of the patch. So I still think there's going to be some new mods on the horizon, but we're going to pull some of these right now. But I did buy the extra card slot. So here's what we're running right now in this farming run. Put on nuke so that we can try to get that mission done. Speaking of which, let's go blast something. Build up. Boom. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's where we're at on there. I might come back to the masteries in a bit and get balance and coin. I still want to get my econ cards finished. But I really am looking forward to getting the mods. So my next, I think I'm going to get the core assist, because I think that's going to help the most in these Dissonant runs and tournaments. Like, the armor is awesome too, but that's going to be limited to specifically farming, more or less. It'll help a little bit in tournaments, I think, but I have a feeling that'll help a lot more in the farming runs, and I don't know, it'll help in Dissonant runs when it's the, you know, one where I have my hit points on, EHP on, but I think having the core assist is going to be awesome. That would definitely help my utility ones, I think, because the lack of enemy level skips is really rough. But yeah, so that's my plan. I think we're getting a core assist, because then I can throw on like DC sub during HP runs, and then that way I'm killing stuff faster too on the utilities, because I'm still going to be using my EHP build. But then during like an attack run, I can wear like DC sub or DC main with like an OM chip sub. That'd be cool. And then in tournaments, throwing on DC with this would be awesome. And eventually I'll get Poison Swamp and can throw on Harmony Conductor. So it's not a, you know, there's a lot of possibilities for that. And then we're going to get the other stuff, of course. But I just feel like that should be a good, it'll help push these Dissonant runs and a little bit in tournaments. And then we'll get armor. Maybe Gen. But before we do that, we need to, let's see, let's do like 5,000 right now, and then we'll consider what else was going on. Don't show this again. So that's nothing. All right, there's 1,000. We got nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2,000. Oh, a Havoc Breener. Thank you. Just what I've always wanted. Oh, didn't mean to click that. Those 2. Aw, man, we don't need that. Alright, I mean, we can... I think it's already epic, though, or ancestral, though. We need a dim core. Bummer. I know we only need to save like 3,000 or 4,000 for the banners, for the relic repeats, but man, this is not what I'm looking forward to. Sharp Fortitude, we don't need any more of those. Well, starring it ain't gonna hurt, but yes, that's cool. I think this might be able to get this ancestral now. Go ahead and merge up all these. So I think I'm wrong on the ancestral because I didn't see it in the auto merge there. Okay, let me go ahead and pause it and not record all this crap. Okay, so I was able to clean up all that and merge them up. So I did have enough to What was I gonna say? Oh, star the why don't I see sharp for? Can't do it while it's equipped anymore, or maybe could we never do it? I don't even remember. Here, put this on. Oh, I'm in a run. That's why I can't do it. Okay, I was confused. I'm like, why can't I star that in a run? Okay, or I mean, while it's equipped. Can't do that. So let's go ahead and do this one. Ta-da! All right. So that's cool. About time. Now we just need to get project funding and dimension core, and you know, we'll be good. We'll be able to do some of these Dissonant runs. See, now we have a reason to have a damage build built up, you know? Because we're going to need to do all these different runs. So yeah, so anyway, that's where we're at with that. We're going to keep leveling these up. Look, 181 on my coin bonus. Awesome. And then we're going to have another star on here, which is sick. So, going to have even more health. And then once we get that core, it'll be awesome, I think. Anyway, let's jump back to... Let's go ahead and look at Dissonant. Okay, so I did not go back and do anything yet. We got inactive. We got 1% on the utility inactive. So right now I'm leveling this defense one too. But I haven't done any real defense runs because you're going to see it's rough. I did one. You guys have done them, right? So let's see. Yeah. So my theory, I went ahead and did 15 and 14. And I know we need to go back and do the lower tiers, which is what I'm going to be working on this weekend now. We need to get some of these so the bonuses can start stacking up with the Echo. But I just wanted to do that first day we got the patch. I tried a 15 Dissonant run and got to 3,000. So that was cool. Actually, it was pretty good. I felt like I didn't know I was gonna get that far because I know without enemy level skips, like I have a almost 50%, or yeah, it's around 50%. So that's gonna be huge. I was like, we're gonna lose half. I don't think I'm gonna get to 5,000, and I didn't. In tier 14, I didn't get to 5,000 either. Now tier 14's multiplier is slightly higher than 15, so it actually earns more coin in the run. So I know once we flesh all this out, it's going to take some work to go through all the levels. Get the high, max out your damage ones. So because that was my theory here. So back to that 15. We did the damage one first because I wanted to see how far I could get. Since I'm EHP strong, I wanted to see how far I could get by turning off damage. I think I can get further if I pay attention because I think something happened here. I want to say a fleet got me, or does the fleet come at this wave? I don't know. Something happened that got me where I could probably pay attention and get past this because this feels low. But at that time it was a 1.45 boost, 49. So I was like, well, let's do a quick this run, hit point run, and see what we can get. 250. I did a few of them. It's crazy having no hit points, no wall. You just have one hit point, and especially with my build not being attack focused, like that was rough. So we're gonna play around and have to tweak these builds to get some of those done. But so what I think the play is gonna be is doing, like, if I can get my EHP bonus way up on one of these tiers, either 13 or 14, maybe even 12, but I really think 13 is probably the one, maybe 12. We're gonna see. But if I can get this max and this max, I bet whatever tier I can maximize my hit points bonus and my utility bonus is going to be the one that's going to be the best farm. Because this multiplier, like right here, is already 2.2. I can't switch because we're in a run. But it's a little higher. I think it's like 3.8 or something. I don't know. We have to get. I wish I took a screenshot of it, but I don't want to end this run while I'm in it at the moment, even though I don't think the money is that great. Here, let's jump back in. What are we at coins per hour? Yeah, 203 right now. I don't think that's good. I literally started this early this morning when I was sleeping. I woke up to use the bathroom and just restarted it. I didn't look to see what the perks were, so I don't know when I got the coin perks. For all I know, that could have been later. So anyway, this is going to be an interesting to dig into, because we're going to have to go through, and do all these lower levels up to 5,000 to get the little bonuses up. And then, why don't I show the 1.0 on the ultimate weapons here like those? Like, I don't have any lab in attack. It's weird. Maybe because I did start it and canceled it. I don't know. Anyway, so that's all I've done so far. Is I just dabbled in 15 and 14. Like I said, I got it really late, right near the end of the release schedule, when they put out the patch notes saying that we did a pause and we're back to releasing it now. I still hadn't got it yet by then, even like a couple hours after that. So it took a little bit. After I get to dabble with this a little bit more, we're gonna deep dive and play with that this weekend, see what I can get. And you can change this too. So boost only, echoes only. Anyway. Oh, I guess I could mention too, since we're still talking about the new stuff in the patch, I didn't really even, I was just like, yeah, bots, we don't have this one, bot. So while I'm not unlocked it yet, it's going to increase the effect of the other bots within the radius. You guys have all seen this though, of course. Like I said, there's a video, I'm sure, with Greenie in them that they deep dive in this, I'm sure. Those guys are good about doing that. I heard they were saving up all their stones and everything so they could just unlock whatever came out. So I'm sure they've maxed all this out and can explain it in depth, but I'm not even ready to get this, so... Alright, so what else do we need to look at? Yeah, the labs, what we're labbing right now. I got the defense echo running right now. Wall Thorns, we're going to finish that. We got Health Mastery and Health Regen running. Let's go ahead and look at the little spreadsheet. Alright, so I don't think I missed anything. I had to go through real quick and update this, but if you're new here, we're using this sheet just to track the labs so that we don't have to look at the in-game interface, because it's kind of frustrating scrolling through that, even the history, and it's just laggy. So we got this little sheet here, and it's just something I manually update so that blue is the things that changed this week, and then you can kind of see where everything else is at if you want to see where my labs are at. In the main, we added the new Dissonant labs, and we are on level 1 of utility. As you've seen, we are working on defense now, so that'll probably be there soon. Lab coin discount really slowed down. I must have took it off and put something on for a little bit, because I only went from 83 to 84 this week. We need to get that finished, because I don't know if you guys looked ahead at how much these labs cost, but some of those end ones are like S letters. In the defense category, nothing's changed under attack. And I'm so glad we have some attack labs 75 and crit factor 75, because going to need those doing these new Dissonant runs. We're going to kind of need to be everything now, or have at least everything unlocked in this regard. So defense, we have maxing defense percent and Wall Thorns currently. Wall Thorns will be maxed soon. Well, I say soon, but it ain't coming off until it's done. So, and we're on the last level. And then defense percent is still got a number of levels to go, but we're going to max that too, just because we're at EHP Tower now, and that's going to help in the tournaments immensely, I'm sure. So we went from 25 to 28 just in this week, and we're going to keep it going. Nothing changed in utilities. Ultimate weapon, I don't think we had any changes there either. We haven't unlocked anything. We're maxed in all the coin bonuses. We're maxing everything we could do. Could always do a little more chance, I've mentioned every week. especially with these new whoops, too far down. An amp. You can always change up amp, especially with these new Dissonant runs and actually running Chain Lightning now. So maybe I could use some more amplifier. So we might do that. Cards, I threw on double Death Ray for a minute just to be fun and got it to 15. I came to my senses and took that off because there's more important stuff to do, especially now that the Dissonant labs are out. So having those on for a little bit. We might come back to that again, because I still want to get this maxed one day just for funsies. Masteries, we took Second Wind to 6 and Regen to 5. I think that's been immensely helpful, having my regen up, the base regen, and going with Second Wind in tournaments has been pretty sweet. Helped a little bit. We're going to keep those going. Health, I think, is on its way right now, right? Yeah, we just looked at that, so that one's going to be up soon. And then I want to get extra orb leveled again. So I think when my next... And then intro sprint. I know we're all saying that too. Intro sprint. I need to get that up big time because that's going to help with the Dishon runs. If I can just intro sprint to the actually 1800, like right now I go to 1260, which is pretty good for farming. But 1800 would be so much better for getting these Dissonance runs. That's it. Nothing else has changed over here. I keep throwing on the core band, so there has been some movement on that. And then I take it off and use something else, and in between the mastery labs and stuff. So it's growing, but it's not done yet, where it's actually leveled. But we're gonna add another core band here eventually. Let's see. That's it. There was something I was going to mention about the labs, but I cannot think of it right now. That's what happens when you don't write a script for these things. Should have made a note. Darn it. Earlier today I was like, yeah, I'll mention that in the labs. Okay, well I can't think of what it is. Maybe we'll think of it later, and I'll talk about it next week. The battle history here is a little wacky looking because of all the Dissonance runs. We'll scroll through this for people that like seeing this one. And then did a lot of raves last week. I got to 300 on this one and realized, oh, I don't have plasma cannon on. Even though there was plasma resistance, I read plasma resistance and took it off and put something else on. But I was like, wait, that's still going to take off big chunks. I'm not getting to where the heat is hurting it yet. So I put that back on this one. Actually, I think it was this run is where I realized it. And then I did this run. I was like, all right. So then we got to 340 and I gave up. I wasn't going to be getting the next level. All right, let's go to the actual history. Alright, so here's the Run Tracker website, which just had an update. I had to go through and edit some of this stuff because I was confused. So we just modified it. They moved the spots around, so now coin per hour is over here, cell per hour is right here with the cells and coins in the middle. So maybe fine, we'll figure this out. Because really, I kind of keep an eye on the coins per hour as my metric and my barometer. I think we could probably move these, I bet, if I go play with this stuff. But we were at, like, I was just saying, like, last week, we were just getting back to prior to the bot respec. Once I respec the bot, everything dropped, and then we went back up. So we we're just getting back to the 122s, 123s that we were doing prior to the bot respec. So it's feeling good. And then version 28 dropped, and that's where I only got a couple runs in, you can see here. But version 28 dropped, we did the utility, and I did a run there, and I think I got up to, yeah, so the best one here was 330 trillion an hour for a total of 145 Q in, or 1.45 Q in a 4.5 hour run, which was insane. Sadly, that's going to have to get wiped off the record books because it doesn't count anymore, right? But no, we'll give it a couple, I don't know, a couple days maybe or a week. We're going to pass that as the new high. So now that with the change to the upcoming 3 time, so I did 2 runs. I haven't done any of the other ones yet because I wanted to get at least a baseline with what I've done so far, and we're going to build off of that. So next week we'll see what we can do. But we broke a Q on 15 and 1.4 Q on 14. This is the better bonus now. So the coins per hour are better, but the cells per hour are down a little bit. So there's some give and take, right? We can get a little bit of extra coins per hour, but we're going to get a little less cells per hour. That's kind of sad, but that's just the reality that we're going to be living in coming up. I think that's going to be the case for everybody. But yeah, look at these updates here. What is this stuff? Look, guild. Awesome. We're going to need to get... Alright, I'm going to get working. We're going to put my guild in here. Why not? Guild 2. We don't... Oh, people have 3 guilds? I guess if you have multiple accounts. Yeah, that's kind of neat. I don't know how many people in my guild use the tracker, but... Yeah, a lot of updates over here. But yeah, so we're going to get back to the Discord. Alright, Discord. Back to the game. So when I was switching over to the... Here, I ran my... I looked at my old video. 1,366 was the multiplier for 15. 1,300. So now I'm at 3,708. So yeah, this is insane update still, regardless of people's feelings on if they're mad about the 5x changes or not. Like, this is crazy talk. I mean, I could kind of see where you know, if you thought you were making a ton of money, so you went and bought a card, a mastery with your stones, thinking that you can't afford it, and now you can't level it as fast as you thought you could, and it's going to take... I could see that being kind of a frustration, so feel bad for them, but you're going to use your mastery, so it's not it'll be fine. It's going to be fine, guys. I'm sorry for them people, but he put it back to 3x, which is still, like I said, this is insane. I had a 1,300 boost, and now we're at 3,700. So, and I only got 1.84. I don't even have the max. So, yeah. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I think we covered everything. This has been like a scattered update because of the V28. Might as well take a look real quick at... I know you guys probably went over this already, but... Let's see. Yeah, we talked a little bit about synchronicity. That's going to be cool once they're all going at the same time. Because you could resume... you see here... Let's move these down. Look at the bot driving around. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Look at him dropping his little... So I think this is a slight... Speaking of that, I think it's a slight nerf to the F-bot. Because before, he would bounce all over the screen. He'd pop one over here, he'd pop one over here, he'd pop one up in the top, pop one on the bottom. And they were happening so fast, it was covering... It was kind of like you're covering the whole screen with not that much range. Now that he's driving so slow, he's hitting a lot of the same stuff. Like, look at this ray. So this ray is getting hit a lot. We have new rays that come in, and they're not being hit for a while. Like this guy, he got hit finally. Let's see, and then we just had this vampire fly in. He's not been hit yet. Oh, he's dead, so he killed himself before he got hit. Pretty sure. But, so there's a little of that going on with the F-bot. So I think that might be why my waves are down just slightly, because I'm only down a little bit, like a couple hundred waves. And it might be because I'm not hitting all the rays at the end quick enough before they blast me. I don't know. That's just a theory. But the synchronicity is going to be kind of neat, because then, yeah, look, here's the G-bot driving around. I wasn't even talking about that, so you guys can see him driving around. If everything's going off together, that'd be cool. I don't know so much about syncing your F-bot, but if you had like Amp-bot and stuff, and I don't know. I've just seen people talk about it, but I definitely want to up my range of my F-bot since of this. Like I said, I think this The G-bot moving around is kind of cool. Make sure you get, if it goes off when he's on the edges here outside of black holes, it's kind of cool he drives around. So, I don't know. Enough rambling. Let me go back to exit. What were we talking about? We were looking at the notes real quick in case. So we looked at, yeah, the overheat's going to be cool. I actually am down with the overheat stuff. As long as, like I was saying earlier, I think we need to remove some of the rough stuff from the early game now. Like the fast alts. We don't need fast alts every single time now. With the bot plus abilities, I didn't mention. Let's see, Thunderbot seems like it'll be pretty cool. Reducing attack speed. That's kind of cool. That sounds like something that we might actually want to use for EHP. And then the graphics toggle on Golden Tower, that's cool. If your thing's lagging, you can turn that off. In fact, I'm going to turn it off anyway, just because I don't need it on. Let's see, nothing else that's too stand out awesomely. I mean, some of these are like, wait, overcharge wasn't ignoring, you know, issues like that. Like, what? And then this one here, I didn't even really think about it. Cash boost with standard perk bonus. That'd be cool. Was it not applying it? I don't know. I think I banned cash though. Now that I think about it. Yeah, that'd be cool for GC guys. But yeah, there wasn't too much crazy outside of the big changes of the bot plus, and the Dissonant, which is freaking awesome. We're going to dive into that this week. So next week, we're going to hopefully see some cool results from that. And I'll have some stuff done, but we'll have to see how that goes. But let me know where you guys think about the update. Where are you at? How are y'all doing? I love hearing from everyone and following along. Thanks for being here. There's a link to the Discord if you want to follow along day to day. We're real active over there in the Discord. Got a lot going on, a lot of sharing and ideas, bouncing off everyone. It's been fairly fun, especially coming up with these new Dissonant runs. We're gonna really need to figure out the meta to get these things done. But yeah, love hearing from you guys. I hope everyone's doing a good week. Shout out to the channel members. And the don't forget, we're going to have a event pass giveaways when we hit some milestones coming up on subscribers. So subscribe to the channel if you're not. 900, we'll get to give away some event passes. But I hope everyone has a good weekend. Thanks for following along, and I will see you next week. Peace.